Hello, fellow Scratchers. Welcome to part 1 of our Fnaf Advanced tutorial series. Throughout this series, we will be creating a nice, polished Fnaf game. So let's go on. Today, we'll be getting started by creating a nice menu for our game. I'll start off by going ahead and deleting the Scratch Cat. Now, let's go and paint 2 new sprites. First of all, the first one, we will go ahead and we'll call this one new game button. And then the next one we're going to call warning. Now we're going to go to backdrops, convert it to bitmap, and fill it all with a nice black color. Make sure your brightness is raised to a number like 5. It just looks better. Now we're going to go into our warning sprite and start the time lapse of me creating my whole little warning here. So the next thing we're going to do is go into our new game button sprite and go to the text tool and write new game button in some white text. I'm going to be choosing not the sans serif, but the one right under it, which is serif, just because it looks a lot better with Fnaf games. Now, let's get coding. So, the first thing we're going to do is go into our warning sprite, and we're going to go and grab a when green flag clicked. So when our project starts, we are going to show, and then we are going to go to the middle of the screen, which is 0, 0. Now let's go to control and get a repeat 10 loop, but right above that, get a set color effect and change it to the ghost effect. Change the repeat loop to 40, and then inside of that, put a change ghost effect by negative 2.5. Then we're going to wait 1 second and then duplicate that repeat loop, take away the wait at the bottom, and instead we'll set the ghost effect to 100 when we start, and then in that repeat loop there, we're going to change that value to be 2.5. Now, I'm going to get rid of the wait and get a wait until mouse down. So that means if we're clicking anywhere on the screen, then we're going to do a little fade. Then we're going to hide after that and broadcast a new message calling this menu. Now, let's go into our new game button sprite and drag a when green flag clicked block. Then under there, we're going to put a hide because we only want to show when we're in the menu. So when I receive menu, then we want to get a show block and put it right under there. Then we're going to say when this sprite is clicked. So when we click on this sprite, there's other ways of doing this, but we'll change it up when we really need it later on. And then when we click on this sprite, we're going to want to go to looks and hide. But yeah, so if we're click, it'll hide away, and the rest of the menu stuff will hide away later on after we add that feature. So under that hide, we're going to get a broadcast and create a new message calling this one newspaper. So the newspaper comes before the game starts, but this will be a new game. So we'll broadcast newspaper, and there. That is the code we need for there. Now in our backdrops, I'll simply go into the text tool, choose the color I want, and go into my serif text, and write 5 nights at, and then your character. Mine's Pinky, which is a character from the new Five Nights at Cheesy's 3 that will be released soon. And I'm making a complete game about her for this series. So 5 nights at Pinky's. There we go. Now we're going to go and start a project, and as you can see, that happens. Later we're going to fix how that white text is still staying there when we're in our warning, because that just doesn't look good. So as you'll see, our warning will do the unfade kind of effect. And this game contains flashing lights, loud noises, and lots of jump scares. We click, then we can click on the new game button. But that is not in the right area. So I'm going to drag that, which you cannot do because we have this when we click on the sprite, which we have to hold and drag to move it. So instead of doing that, we're going to remove the hide under that when the sprite is clicked so we can move it to the right position, and that'll just do the trick. Put it right under there, and there we go. Now we can put that code back there, but we're going to go back up to the motion category and get a go to XY, and that position will be just there if we drag it there. So we're going to put that one right under when I receive menu, and then that'll be great. So we're going to save our project like we always do to keep track of where we are. So if the internet randomly goes out, which will probably not happen, but anyway, if the power went out or something like that, then, well, of course, we need this to be saved so we don't lose all of our work. And yeah, that's pretty cool. We have that nice fade in effect, and yeah, pretty nice effects. By me, and we can just get that. We can click, of course, and then that'll fade away. Then we're in our menu. We'll add some more sound effects and stuff like that later on in the tutorial series, but we're up to a good start so far. So the next thing I want to add finally is that we'll in the warning spot we're going to have a little period where there's not the text that says Five Nights at Pinky's, so let's add that. So to do that, it's actually very simple. You just go into your backdrop and you select the text, and then you click on copy, you delete it, then you duplicate that backdrop and paste it in. So the code for this is really simple too. When flag clicked, switch costume to your first one, and then when I receive menu, switch costume to menu. So that's actually just the little code that we need to create that. So now, we can just simply save that, and it is pretty cool. It does give us that nice feature. So the next thing I want to look into adding is adding the static. So yeah, let's add the static. So first jump into a new tab with me, and we're going to go ahead and search for static. Once you've found your static that you want, you right click on it, then save it as an image. Once doing that, you can upload it into Scratch by going up to the upload sprite. This is going to import for me, and I only have one costume for it so far. Let's rename the sprite static. Now, let's go and say when we start it, we are going to go ahead and hide. And get a set ghost effect block and a show block and put those together. Now we're going to set ghost effect to a value like 60, which is mine, and we're going to put those under a when I receive menu block. Grab a forever loop and then put a next costume block in there. Now this is going to be a little small, so get a set size block and change it to 150. I'll leave the link in the description for my static graphics. Now mine's not looping through because I only have one costume for this. So this is just my one static. Sorry about that, I actually forgot to do this, but I'll do it later. So as I notice this, I'm going to jump into a new tab and grab the actual GIF that I want, not a GIF, not an image, and we're going to right click on that and save it as an image. After uploading that in the costumes of that, we are going to just go up to the upload costume. That's going to import for us. And there we go. Once imported, we can go back and start a project. And there we go. That's nice. But mine's looping through that little small costume. So I'm going to go back into the costume tab and delete the first one. There we go. That's all you need to know for the static. Now let's add our animatronic. I'm going to go ahead and add a new sprite calling it animatronic / Pinky, or however you'd like. After naming our animatronic, let's get drawing. Draw two, as many as you like, different costumes for your animatronic. So let's get coding. We're going to be coding the little glitch between its costumes, the little flicker between its costumes. So with that, when flag clicked hide and show when I receive menu. I'm going to drag it to the position I'd like it to be placed in. Then I'm going to drag a go to block and it's going to be that position. So I'm going to then go to front layer and I'm going to switch that to the back layer. Then forever, we're going to get a wait 1 second block and a switch costume 2 block under that. Now I'm going to switch costume 2, pick random 1 to 2 because that's how many costumes I have. So the number 1 and then as many costumes as you have in last. So I'm going to wait a random seconds. So I'm going to go wait, pick random 6 to 10 seconds. And now if you choose front layer, your little character will be overlaying that. So switch it to back. So it looks a lot better. So let's try it out. Beautiful. A little glitch in our project, in our new game button. We can't click because it's under the static. So a better way of doing that is I'm just going to reposition my sprites down there and I'm going to say when I receive menu and just do that. But that is not good. We want it to be when we click it. But another way of doing that is forever if touching mouse pointer and mouse down. If we're hovering over it and we're holding down our mouse, that's the statement. So if we're touching our mouse pointer, then we could flick between costumes or something like that. But if we're holding something down, then maybe it would disappear, like our warning. So that's the pretty basic stuff we need to code and program into the sprite here. Now let's go into our other sprites and get the code when I receive on message hide. Put that into your little pinky sprite, and then when I receive newspaper, we're going to hide in that your animatronic sprite, and then do the same in your static, except do a stop all block and change it to other scripts in sprite, because it will still be looping through these static costumes. That's all we have time for today. Thank you for watching. Today we created a fun Five Nights at Freddy's fan game menu. It works out beautiful. We have a warning that introduces us to the game. This game contains flashing lights, loud noises, and lots of jump scares. Then when we bring to the menu, Five Nights at Pinkies, we can click on the new game button, then that will hide all the sprites, and we can go into our new office. Thanks for watching today's tutorial. Make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and give this video a like because I'm always working on new videos to post to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.